Good morning, everybody. Let's go. Happy Monday. Gonna kick the week off here in a good way. Man, oh man, we are seeing some pretty insane price action out of the market over the past week. We've seen a lot of movement out of the SPY. It obviously has been mainly to the downside. Definitely not something that most people want to see out there, but at the same time, the people who are adapting and who are starting to trade this way are starting to look pretty darn good in the short term. Some of these moves to the downside have been pretty staggering. So still watching for more movement down, obviously, this week. But I did want to just stress the importance of that coming off of such a red week like we had last week. And just coming off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dark red candles on the SPY. It's not like there were any dojis really mixed in. We're talking 6 pretty red candles in a row on the SPY. Today might make it 7. That's pretty rough to see. So I just want to stress the importance of that there could be some consolidation this week. There could be a slight pop back up. And it would make a lot of sense because the SPY is right around a key area of support. There was a lot of bounces in price action the last time SPY was around the 494 to 495 area. So to see it starting to bounce here again, I'm not too surprised. I think it could end up chopping at least a little bit here in the short term. Of course, if not, then who cares, right? We're going to play the momentum down anyways, but I just wanted to say that here, so could be pretty good. Just keep watching for that consolidation to come in this week. It's going to be pretty important. But as of right now, this morning, 498.50 is a pretty big resistance on the SPY. I'm going to be watching that area close. To me, there's no reason to really go bullish until we see this big resistance break. Once that breaks, then I think things could start to look a lot better to the upside. But we do need to look at the big tech stocks out there. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. We need to see if these stocks are going green. They might actually pull the market up. As of right now, we're seeing Nvidia do pretty well this morning. Let's see, AMD, not too bad either. What about Meta? Okay, Meta's not bad. There are a couple that aren't the best. Google's moving up, so, you know, Apple was kind of not the best movement since open, but it's actually not too bad. It gapped up this morning. If we start to see these stocks go green like we are now, yeah, I mean, SPY could easily come up and break out above like 498.50. Somewhere like that. Tim says Netflix dropping fast, it seems. Yeah, you know, they're coming off earnings last week. They had those earnings that I actually thought they weren't bad, but they really tanked down anyways. Really fell off. Going to be watching the 545 support down there. Literally the low of day today on that wick, essentially. Yeah, they dropped off quick and came back quick. Looks like there's a lot of volatility on that one this morning. As we go to a 1-minute chart, you can really see the sell-off and comeback. It's pretty weird. I did not see Snap, Jane, but I did see your question. You were thinking of selling puts, and you're looking at Snap. I was thinking about that right before the stream started. I think that's actually a pretty smart way to go here today. Snap is pretty low in the short term. It just had a big dip. If you sell some puts, I'm going to go look at the options chain really fast because I do like it. Oh, shit. Oh, I always forget to restart my Thinkorswim. Give me just a moment. Of course, right? Can I take a look at SMCI? Definitely. SMCI has been hot lately, starting to really fall off. And I'll tell you what, today does not look like a good start to the day if they're trying to go up here today. Oof. That's a pretty brutal move there. Those are some pretty dark red candles. Like, look at that, down 2.38%. Average percent rise is 4%, so Average fall is 2.8%. It's literally like right on the average drop right now. Go to a 5-minute chart. Still doesn't look the best. It's rejecting off resistance. If this one ends up pulling under like 690 or under that low of pre-market, I mean, they have to come into play. Jane goes, what happened? Yeah, the stupid thing at ever since Schwab took over, you gotta like restart this thing every single time. And then they send codes to my phone and I can't just log in. It's probably good they do that though. Here we go. No, not every day, Xbox. Just only over the weekend. Because they do updates usually on the weekend, and then that's usually why. What do I think of Tesla? Let's see. Good old Tessie. Wow, Tesla fell off a lot again this morning. Down to 139, guys. I hate to say it, but Tesla is getting crushed in the short term. They have earnings coming up tomorrow night, Tuesday night. I guess that would be April 23rd. In after hours. Yep, they will be reporting. That's going to be a big one. Everyone's looking out for this one in the short term. You go out to the daily, and I'm still keeping my target down around like 110 and 100. It might not really get that low. We'll see, but based off the short-term bullshit, I'll call it, yeah, we could get there pretty quick. Hell, in just a few weeks, the stock fell from 205 down to 141 in like a month and a half, so another $30 drop to 110 wouldn't be too bad. Wow, actually, when you think about it, it actually fell $30 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days. It fell down $30. That's kind of rough. And they didn't even report yet, so. Watch Tesla's reports suck, but like the stock goes up. I would laugh my ass off at that. Called for a purpose said, what about SMCI? Yeah, I was looking at this one earlier, just a minute ago, actually. There's a big support that it's bouncing off of right around 695. If it starts to break down under that, then yeah, you gotta start looking at puts. I would say even like the low of this morning, like 690. If we could see a true break under there, there could be some great opportunity to the downside today. I'm not a big fan though of trading this one back up if it does start to recover. The options are going to be pretty expensive at the end of the day. On SMCI, it would probably be better to go towards like Apple or Microsoft or something just with some cheaper options there in the short term to the upside. Speaking of those, Apple and Microsoft don't look too bad. They're starting to break the highs of pre-market. Apple's testing it. Microsoft is breaking right now. Yeah, Walter said Microsoft at daily support. Let's see. Yeah, it really is. It really is. There's a lot of stocks right now at support, just like this. Apple's pretty close to 1. We all know Tesla. They're breaking support. Jason said Nvidia recovering. All right, Jane, I have not forgotten about those puts. Don't you worry. Good level to enter a 1-month put for NVDL. NVDL? Granite shares 2x long Nvidia daily ETF. Oh. Here's what I would say with that, Kevin. That's actually going to be a pretty good play, in my opinion, in the short term. But you do need to be a little wary of like a slight time a consolidation maybe to resistance and then drop back off. That's the one thing I am a little worried about with NVIDIA in the short term, is it just popping up slightly over the next couple days. But if we do see that slight pop over the next couple days, then I think that would be a good entry point. Maybe as it retests like 825 or maybe even 803, 805, but I think that might still be a little bit close. But I do like that one quite a bit. NVDL. I'd never heard of it, but looks like it's just a NVIDIA 2x long ETF. It could be a good one to short or to get puts on. Jane already bought them. Let's go. Oh, well, just you sold it, right, Jane? That's what you did, right? That strike is going to be very important. Which strike did you get and which exp? Let me know. I'm going over to Snap real fast. Yeah, I was eyeing up like the 10 strikes, the 9.5s, the 9s. Even for this week, I'll be real with you, like the 10 strike puts, you could get paid out pretty well for that. The odds start to really go in your favor though at like the 950 and 9 strikes, but you're not getting as much of a return on those. Probably the 9.5 would probably be the best one. 10 might get a little risky, but not bad. That's for this week. If I go out to May 17th, these start to look pretty good. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, you'll make a little bit more if you go out to May 17th. It's not a ton more, but you can go out to the 9 strike with some pretty good numbers there. Not bad. Wow, you did 10.5? That might get a little bit risky, Jane. I still think it's good, though. But it might just get a little bit more hairy than, like the 9.5, for example. Normally, you'd want to go a little bit lower than what you did, in my opinion. But it's not bad. It's right around support, which is good. Yeah, it still should be pretty fire though, Jane, at the end of the day. So, Jane, just to make this clear, right? You are paper trading them, right? I just want to make sure of that because with this one, you should really just let it go till expiration, or at least for like a few weeks, you know. Even if it starts to go against you, that's okay, because you'll just get shares. So it's not like you're gonna... No, she used real Meow Mix today. I see, Jane. The real Meow Mix, so... Yeah, you're gonna want to, like, let this go till expiration. That's gonna be the initial, well, that should be like the initial plan. Now, of course, like if you go up like 70 or 80% really fast, you can take profits pretty quickly and just lock it in. Just buy the put that you sold back. But yeah, overall, looking pretty good, Jane. Looking pretty good. Just realize that if Snap falls drastically to like 9.5, because they do have earnings, unfortunately, coming up here this week. That's going to throw a wrench into things, Jane, those earnings. Like, if they gap down with those earnings, just realize that you'll have to buy shares at 10.5 or else take that big L. And this is why we say to only do this on stocks that you're comfortable owning, because if you do get stuck with the shares, then you should be happy with it. You know, we want you to be happy if you get stuck with the shares. And if you do get stuck with them, you know, you'll own it like somewhere like right here. I mean, that's pretty close to the lows overall. It's not bad as long as you're just willing to hold it and give it the time it needs. And even if you get the shares, like, you got to be willing to hold those too. That's the big thing with selling these puts. Those are a couple rules that we always adhere to. Always do it on companies that you want to hold. SE calls for sure. C limited. Let's see. SE, wow, that's a great recovery move here today. Good stuff, SE. Yeah, that's looking great. $60.70. If you do play calls now, you know, you're going to have to get into the momentum quick. It's starting to go off. I wouldn't hold it too long, but it definitely is one of the main stocks today, putting real pressure on that high of day. No, Walter, I did not watch that. I'll be real, guys. I really don't watch any shows besides, like, Next Level Chef. Besides that, that's about it. No NVIDIA plays today. I am tempted, though. Yeah, Jane, for sure, for sure. That's tough, but you gotta scale it back a little. Smart, though. Yeah, I do need to watch that, though, Walter. It sounds pretty good. I like Fallout the game. With the baby and stuff now, I'm gonna be real. My nights consist of getting the video done here for Stocked Up, cooking dinner, getting the baby okay, going to the gym, coming home, and going to bed. That's like what my nights consist of. I don't have much time, unfortunately, anymore. I can't even play MLB The Show anymore. Man, a lot of these stocks today are consolidating like crazy up around the highs on these gap ups. Man, some of them are going to start blasting out here in the short term, probably. It'd be pretty cool to see like SPY break its high of day, or QQQ to break out here above 418. That would be pretty cool. It looks pretty good here, actually. It's holding pretty well. Yeah, there it starts to go a little bit. Oh yeah, Jane, I cook. I actually cook quite a bit, Jane. Wow, the 15-year on the 27th. Dang. That's going to be on a Saturday. Well, hey, happy early anniversary. That's a good one, Jane. 15 years, nice. Demir says reality caught up with Tom. I have a SPY put break even 494 from last week. Should I close it today? 494 puts. No, your break even's 494. Oh, I see. Does it expire this Friday? Oh. Oh, no, that was the Tesla one. Yeah, that... When does it expire, Katrev? I would probably say close it. I'm kind of looking for a couple days of consolidation or a couple days of uptrend here, considering how much the market's fallen. I would not be surprised to see it try to retest a little resistance or something in the short term. Would not be surprised at all. That's what my plan is for the next couple days. Yeah, Mason, those meals are insane. It expires this Friday. At least it's this Friday. Here's what I would say. Like, if you start to see a breakout today up above like 498.50, up above the pre-market highs and that resistance from Friday, then yeah, I would go ahead and close that because it's too short term. It's too far away from the low. But you still need to keep in the back of your mind that as it starts to drop down, you're going to kind of keep your eyes on some more puts as it starts to drop. Like, let's say it does move up over the next couple days. It starts to break out. You know, let's say SPY comes up to retest like 504. You know, just randomly guessing somewhere, just to give an example. Like, let's say it does chop around. It starts to go back up to resistance. Don't be afraid to, like, re-enter puts on resistance to get into another drop back, is what I'm saying. Because you might want to re-enter those in a few days, but for these first couple days, you might get whacked pretty hard on the theta decay. Mason said he thought Brittany made him. That's funny. Brittany's my girlfriend, if anyone don't know. But yeah, she makes some of them, Mason. But ever since we've had the daughter, I've been the main cook. My girlfriend's actually a secretary at my dad's business, so she doesn't get home till later and stuff, so I'm always able to start it before. I'm hungry. I don't feel like waiting until 8 to eat. Django's, that's really cool. I'm proud of you. Yeah, it's fun. I honestly like cooking. I think it's pretty fun. Little hobby. Man, Palantir looking pretty good today. Like $20.85. Yeah, tonight I'm going to be grilling some burgers and some brats and hot dogs and stuff for dinner. My burgers are usually pretty good. Does it look like Microsoft's moving to the upside? It definitely did earlier, Am, so let me go back to it now. It looked a lot better earlier this morning while it was running, obviously, but now that it pulled back, it's not my favorite. I would rate this like a 5 out of 10 to the upside if I had to do a rating system on it. I like the support here intraday around like 401. I think that's pretty good, but it's not giving me that nice upwards price action right now. The momentum's just not there on this little dip. Now, the momentum's on NVIDIA. I got to give it that. NVIDIA is actually having a pretty good morning here. Not too bad at all. Let me get my watch list up, too. Holy shit. Matterport. 100... What the... Did they split? What in the hell happened here? Holy shit. What is going on here? I'm gonna have to pull up the news on this one. MTTR. Soar on takeover by CoStar Group. Wow. Damn. CoStar to acquire Matterport in cash stock deal. Yeah, Matterport's insane. I don't think we had many people mentioning that one this morning, but that is a pretty insane jump up there. Yeah, they're being acquired by CoStar Group at $5.50 per share. So what's going to probably happen with this one is that it's going to end up sitting around like $5 to like $5.50 probably for the next couple months. Kind of like what we saw with Activision when they were getting bought out by Microsoft. I really wish that I could still see the ticker. Oh, I can. Yeah, so look at what happened like as they were getting bought out by Microsoft. They initially jumped up, and then there was regulatory concerns, and then it fell a ton, but it ended up, as those concerns kind of went by the wayside, or, you know, went away, and they actually started to say that they're going to approve it, Activision jumped back on this big green day, ended up consolidating a lot around that purchase price, which I can't remember the price exactly. I think it was like 94 or something. Very close to that. But either way, they ended up consolidating a lot right around that buyout price. So that's probably what's going to happen with Matterport here. I wouldn't trade this one today. I don't think there's going to be any opportunity in that. Now, the thing that you could do, you could actually do an arbitrage move. Like, let's say they do get acquired for $5.50 a share. You know, you might have to hold this for a while till the acquisition goes through. But, like, let's say you buy it at, like, $4.87. Oh, hang on. The wrong thing. Let's say you buy it at, like, $4.87, like we said. God damn, I'm not doing good on my drawings today. And it does go up to $5.50. You know, you'll make a 13% gain on that. It's just how long you're going to have to hold that before it happens, you know? That's kind of like the big deal there. Man, no. Pretty crazy, though, seeing these stocks move up like this. Little acquisition. Got to make sure the cheese is on there just right. Yeah. No, that's going to be easy tonight. Easy tonight. I'm going to make some vegetables, too. I don't know what kind yet, but... Mason makes a good grilled cheese. That's what you meant. I see. Netflix bouncing between 545 and 553. Let's see. Gold Barrick got hit pretty hard, down almost 3%. Yeah, ticker symbol GOLD. Netflix actually looks pretty rough today, guys. I mean, is this going to really continue down? This is a big support about to give out. Like, this is a pretty bad run that they've been on since earnings. It's not looking good. Might be a candidate to the downside today. Let's go check GOLD. Barrick, gold. Yeah, they dipped down to support. They are bouncing off of it pretty well, at least. That's a good sign, but definitely not what you want to see, though, here. CM, you can come join if you want. I don't mind. I don't mind. Are you the one that lives in Chesterfield? If you are, that'd be funny. I just went to Top Golf Friday night and then golfed yesterday, so I've been golfing quite a bit past couple days. I'm kind of sore today. I really wish you guys could have seen that course we played yesterday. You guys would have, like, laughed your asses off at some of these holes with the hills. Holy shit. There's a par 3 that's like 175 away, but there's like 40 or 30 yards of elevation. So, like, I'm not kidding you. Like, you have to hit like a 220-yard shot for like this 175-yard shot. It's insane. Demir said my dad likes golfing. Nice. You know, I used to hate golfing until I turned like 20 or 21. That's like when I started getting into it a little bit more. But yeah, I used to not be a big fan of it. I was always a baseball player. You know, I would always be like, oh, golf is boring. And those kids can't play real sports and stuff, you know. But how wrong was I? Sometimes I almost wish I would have golfed in high school instead of playing baseball. Demir says, looks like we're polar opposites. Yeah, I used to not like it as much, but I love it now. Man, looking at 172 resistance here on Boeing. It's been consolidating at this level a lot. I'd say Boeing's mainly a no play at the moment. I don't think it's really worth getting into. Hey, nice, Jane. Saving up some to play the bot. That'll be nice. Scale out accordingly. Keep your stops in the right spot. Might see some movement here soon. Man, is the oil stocks down a lot today? Wow, they're falling off in a pretty good amount. I'm not going to say they're down a ton. Zom's down 0.3%. It did have a pretty big dip at open, though. Came right back. That's a good plus. Don't want to see oil fall like that in the short term. I feel like it's funny because the oil has been flying up. Now that we're getting these conflicts going, it's like, what the hell, oil? Now you're just going to stagnate / fall? Like, come on. How about the Bitcoin halving, though, guys? Anybody into that over the weekend? I know Friday night, Bitcoin had the halving. Ended up running up pretty well overnight there into today. It's nothing too crazy, though. It's not even back up to like 70,000. But it is starting to look a little bit better on the chart. It looks pretty bullish, I'd say, based on the overall setup. Switch over to Coinbase. It's hard to buy coin off this dip, but I mean, honestly, it's not doing bad today. It has the halving news. I'm going to watch that 228 resistance overhead. If that breaks, might not be a bad play here for the next couple days. You don't have to swing it for 2 days or anything, but I just mean, like, you know, make a couple day trades on it here and there as it rises. Form a good plan for, like, when it starts breaking out. Get that entry around like maybe the 228.25 break. Yeah, it's probably smart that you didn't play it anyways, Demir. They aren't really up that much from Friday. Like, coin isn't even breaking Friday's high yet, so. Oh, I typed SE in the chat instead of on my chart. SE. Big resistance overhead here. 61.50. Falling off pretty hard. Someone said puts. SE puts. You could try to play the pullback here. It's up quite a bit today. And that daily looks pretty good. I'd be careful with the puts, though, on this one. It's had a lot of good upside pressure today. I don't know how much it's going to end up dipping. I'm really watching that support around like 58.50, 59. Maybe you could target that to the downside. Not my absolute favorite play, though. Yeah, Netflix has been pretty much free falling today. I'd say that, Zach. Wow, it did break the low. That's good. 544 broke. Man, might see a bigger move. This one's been terrible since earnings. We've talked about this one quite a bit. It's definitely not one that is too hot in the short term, that's for sure. A&F puts, there we go. Now that could be a fun one here today. See them. Maybe not just today, but just in general, watching it on the daily chart. Very close. I could see this one starting to turn over quite a bit more. It might run up into resistance again, but I could see that resistance touching and then more rejection happening. A&F, Abercrombie and Fitch. Pretty crazy company. You know, back whenever I was in like the 7th grade, this is like all I used to wear. Was this and like Aeropostale. You guys remember all that shit? There was like that big fad going on. It was like all Aeropostale and all Abercrombie and Fitch and American Eagle. Aeropostale. I had to just Google them. They're still around, of course. Men. Man, Aeropostale's kind of cheap. The prices online are kind of cheap here for what I was expecting. Wow. And Gap. Yeah, yeah. Neon, like every other 7th grader. Yeah, Mason, definitely. Get like the bright neon blue Nike shoes or something. You know what used to be really popular back in the day was, whenever I was in the 7th grade, everybody was wearing these things called Reebok Zig-Tex. Zig-Tex. I used to really like it. Zig-Tech, let's say like 2011. Yeah, watch this. This is gonna... I used to have a pair of the orange ones. I don't remember if they were like this or not, but this is like what they were. They were so popular for like 2 years, and then no one ever saw them again. Zig-Tex. Man, I remember like begging my mom to get those. Or Osiris shoes. I might be too out in the country for those ones, Mason. Yeah. We must be too far out in the country for those ones. What was that old shoe company with like the rhino on it? Remember that? Like rhinos? Okta. Looking at this stock here. Trading back down on the gap. Just figured I'd check it real fast. Haha, Jane still has some of the shirts. That's funny. Got in some 535 strike puts. Netflix for Friday. It's breaking support. Everest is looking at. You know, Everest, I kind of like it. It's not a bad play. They had the bad earnings move. They could probably have another like today, probably continue a little lower at some point. Maybe not, if not even tomorrow. Definitely going to be watching for that. That was a pretty big support. My only problem with Netflix is that it's already went down for like 3 days in a row. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, now this doesn't make your put play bad, but I'm kind of watching for the market to consolidate a little bit or even pop back up slightly for a couple days before running lower. And we'll revisit this throughout the week, of course. We'll talk about this tomorrow and Wednesday and Friday. Jane thought the Pumas, her daughter thought the Pumas would make her run faster. You know, I used to have some Pumas as well. In the 6th grade, I had Pumas. I can't believe I remember that. You didn't hear, though? Pumas do make you run faster. Of course, I'm kidding. Yeah, Pumas, that's why I used to have them. I used to think they were, like, good running shoes. In reality, ASIC probably makes, like, the best running shoes if you had to really pick one. I know with running, you want them to be light. The lighter, the better, they say. What about... I just want to see SMCI flush. Nice, Jalen. Me too. I want to see it continue to flush. It's already flushed so much, though, in the past few days. I'm with you, though. I want to see a bigger one. This support down here around like 690, 691 is pretty damn big. That gives us a good spot to watch those short term. Like, if it truly does start to give out there, that'll be a great opportunity. So maybe create an alert, you know, but looking good, looking good. I like it. Someone's out here looking for the Coinbase book map. Let me see if I can get that one. Jason says, I don't want to touch calls. Me either, Jason. I don't want to either. So far today, it seems like a good sideline day, in my opinion. Good day to stick on the sidelines. Get the Coinbase here real quick. Hoka. Yeah, they make some good ones too, I heard. Let's go look at Tilray. How are the MJ stocks today? Are we getting high? Are we getting high? You know, it was 420 on Saturday. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. None of the MJ stocks are really moving anything here significant this morning. If anything, they're falling. MSOS is going down. Kind of sucks to see. How's PLNH? Pretty rough short term still, yeah. Let's look at the daily. Yep. A lot of consolidation on the MJs. MSOS looks like it's going to start selling off pretty hard here. Getting down to the trend. Tilray is getting pretty damn low. Tilray is playing like the how low can you go game. Big support at 160, another one at 150, but man, it's close. It could break this with just like one little piece of bad news, or honestly, the DEA has been pissing me off. They need to reschedule marijuana, but they leave it scheduled the same way as, like, how do you schedule marijuana with like heroin or like fentanyl or something? I know that we've talked about this before, but like, come on. It's scheduled higher even than like cocaine, I think, and stuff. Like, let's pull it up. You know, I'm curious now. Now I gotta see it. DEA drug scheduling chart. All right. Drug scheduling. Here we go. Where's the damn list? These fuckers. All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, I don't want to see that. I just want to go to Google Images. Yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted right here. All right. So marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug. Drugs with no currently accepted medical use. So no currently accepted medical use. You're telling me that there's no medical use for marijuana at all? None. Okay. And a high potential for abuse. I mean, okay, I could see that maybe being a thing. But where's alcohol on the list, right? I don't know. They are the most dangerous drugs of all the drug schedules, with potentially severe psychological or physical dependence. Marijuana or cannabis. I mean, maybe, but like, it's up here with heroin and LSD and ecstasy and peyotes. Like, come on, like, give me a break. Schedule 2. Cocaine, methamphetamine, methadone. Like, you're telling me that marijuana is more addictive than meth or coke or fentanyl or oxycodones. Like, what the fuck? Now, look, if they put it down here in Schedule 4, that'd be fine. I know people who are addicted to Valiums and Xanax and Ambien and shit. Like, come on. Like, I think that has a worse risk than the MJ. They should at least put it down here, I think. Maybe Schedule 3, but there's no way. It just, you know, it's really bad how they have it scheduled. And hey, we got Gregory and Jane coming in with the double super chats. Let's go, guys. That is badass. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much, Gregory. Been real consistent lately. Appreciate that. That's your 10th super chat on the live or something. Let's go. Or on a live stream. A lot of them have been here, so appreciate that, Gregory. Let's go, Jane. It's your 20th on live streams. Not this one, but wow, yeah, 20. Damn. Getting out there. Let's go. Demir said, don't you know everything's a drug? I do. I just don't get why they would put that higher than methamphetamine, guys. Like, let me see this here. I gotta Google this real quick. Meth users. Like, I know quite a few people that smoke marijuana, and I've never seen marijuana make someone go from looking like this to like this. But meth does, you know? And apparently marijuana's worse, so. What dumbasses. At the DEA. Either way. Back to the stocks. Yeah, Nolan said caffeine should be scheduled drug. It probably should be. Caffeine probably kills more people too, because you can actually OD on caffeine. Man, QQQ. Just chopping today, making me pissed. I don't like that. Same thing with SPY. Come on, let's get some better movement coming in. Jane said hides the coffee. I like it. Nolan said caffeine powder is extremely deadly. Yeah, I have a pre-workout that has a lot of caffeine in it. It's pretty potent. It's not one of the ones that has a ton, but it has quite a bit. Zom resistance, Nolan's asking. Yeah, it's a pretty big one here in the short term, right around 120.50. That's what I'm seeing. 121's like the high of this morning. It's not a major resistance though. Definitely more like 120.50, and then I would even go as far to say as like 121.50 would be the next major one. Good to see it coming back though today after falling off so much at open. Really glad to see that. Stay away from my coffee, yeah. Let's go though, guys. Gregory and Jane coming through. Appreciate you there. Yeah, he has been, Katrev. He's been awesome. Even on the nightly videos, Gregory sends them out. So thank you so much, Gregory. Demure coming in. The first super chat on the live stream. Let's go, man. Sending the 5. Holy shit. What are we getting today?
All right, all right, all right.
Hell yeah, let's go. Appreciate that, Demure. Of course, guys, you know, the tips are always welcome. You know, they're not needed, though, of course, but always welcome to do that. Appreciate you, Demure. Damn, let's go. Growling with aggressive barking at him. What? Alex said Baba's starting to move. It really is, actually. Breaking that high of this morning, coming up to 70.40. Not bad. Not bad one bit. Jane says baby needs a new binky. I'll tell you what. We'll have to start like a little fund for the for my daughter here. All the donations go to her stuff, we'll say. That'd be funny. Get like a little countdown going. It'll say like $20 more till she can get into college or something. That would be funny. Man, big run up on Baba though. $70.40. Holy shit. Not bad. I mean, 1.8%. I like the move. When Baba starts to do this, sometimes it can have really good days. And the thing that I like about Baba is it'll probably be something that's like nice and slow and steadily moving back up. It's probably not just gonna like jump and go crazy on the chart, right? Probably gonna have like a more normal move here today, I would hope. Let's go look at some of the up days for Baba. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Obviously, every uptrend is different, but you know, something like this with Baba, I wouldn't be totally surprised of. Nice slow and steady move up. Same thing like this day. Had that good morning move and then dipped and steadily recovered throughout the day. I could see something like that. It looks like it's pretty rare that this one like truly runs up throughout the day though. So just keep that in mind. Most of the moves on Baba are all gap ups or gap downs. It's not my favorite stock for day trades, but I will say today specifically does not look too bad considering where it's gotten to, how much momentum there is. Definitely one of the better days out there for it. When you look at early morning moves. Nolan said college blows, can't wait to be done. You should teach her to invest so she can skip college. Yeah, I really should, Jane. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna keep this girl off her phone. Hopefully she doesn't become one of those like Instagram girls or something. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm like, man. I'm like, let's I don't know. You know how girls are with their phones nowadays. I'm gonna have to keep her off there. iPad kid, exactly, Nolan. That's kind of what I'm alluding to, yeah. Like that, like the iPad children. Oh, Jane says, I am mean. My kid has no phone. Really? Your daughter doesn't have a phone? How old is she? Wow. I mean, maybe that's just the way to go, Jane, honestly. I mean, do you homeschool your daughter? forgot. Oh, she's 13. Oh, my bad, Jane. I thought she was like 15 or 16 or something. Yeah, if she was in school at 15 or 16, she'll be barking your head off for one, probably. I bet she feels left out. Yeah, she probably does, Xbox, honestly. My parents used to do stuff like that, and I would feel left out, too, on quite a bit of stuff. But it's probably good, honestly. Hard to say. 168 support on Tilray. Man, come on. Come on, Tilray.
All right, all right, all right.
Exile said spy, S-P-Y. Nolan said public school's wild. Yeah, I feel that, Jane. But, you know, you're trying to do the best you can for her, so, you know, keep up the good work, Jane. Send us some more concerts from the piano. I really enjoyed hearing that, honestly. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool to listen to. I'm a big fan of the piano, though. If I could pick one instrument to try to play, it would be that. Man, Boeing looking good. 172 resistance. Is it going to end up breaking? It's still stuck. Just stuck down here. We're pulling up the SM bot now, guys. It's SM bot time. Let's go.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, SM bot throwing out Verizon. I saw a couple people today throw Verizon in the chat. It ran up a ton with their earnings this morning, but it has been selling off like hotcakes since the market opened. Holy shit. That's a big red candle back down there for Verizon. Definitely not good. I'll say this, I'm definitely not looking at calls in the short term. That's for sure. Definitely leaning more at the puts. AT&T should report this week, yeah. I thought I saw them on the list. Where are they? Okay, yeah, Wednesday before open, AT&T reporting. Gonna be a big one there. You know what I've been eyeing up a lot in the short term is the defense stocks like Lockheed Martin, NOC, General Dynamics. Those types of stocks are looking pretty good here short term. Even Lockheed, like I really like the way it moved. Last week started breaking the recent high. You know, with these tensions heating up, I would not be surprised if these defense stocks started running. And I really like the setup here. You know, it's been slowly chopping and dipping down, but it's starting to slowly but surely start to chop itself back up here. And I really like Lockheed for these types of moves where they chop around and start running like this. Pretty crazy. Man, when I first started trading back in the day, like Lockheed was like around like 180. Maybe even worse when I really started. Go to a weekly. Yeah, somewhere like 180 or 200. Pretty insane to see how much it's ran up since then. I know them and Boeing had a crazy couple years there of uptrend. Yeah, like look at Boeing uptrend there from like 2016 into like 2018. Like, holy shit. I remember that was when I first started trading. That was like one of the crazier stocks at the time. Everybody was like, holy shit, Boeing, Boeing, Boeing. You know, it was, it used to be like the stock back during those first couple years. More piano, yes. Oh, that's funny, Jane. Your granddaughter's also a no screen baby? How many daughters do you have, Jane? I thought you only had one. I must be wrong there. My 13-year-old can code JavaScript. What? She can code JavaScript. But she's not allowed to see the screens. What the? How's that work, Jane? I guess she does, like, computer, like, coding work? Like, coding classes and stuff? That's pretty cool. I have 3. Ah, I see, Jane. I didn't realize that. Man, meta puts are flying off on the, SM bot right now. Meta put options. Down around support. Hopefully it gives out. We see some better drops. Nice. She's got a computer. Man, Jane, you should ask her if she wants to play old school RuneScape with me. I need a friend on there. Old school RuneScape. No, I'm just kidding. I've played that game since I was like 8 years old, guys. Old school RuneScape. I'm not shitting you either. Like, I started playing that in like the 2nd grade. And I still play it today. Still play it. The cool thing about old school RuneScape, I don't know if you guys... I know that out of everybody watching here, somebody knows old school RuneScape. Like, I guarantee it. Somebody knows it. That game essentially has its own real stock market that actually moves with actual volume and stuff based on the price. So it's really fun. That game is actually what got me into investing because I used to flip items on there. So like they have this thing on there called the Grand Exchange. Act like that's just the stock market. You know, like you would go buy like a sword, right? And the sword might trade between a range of like, let's say like 1,000 and 1,300, right? So it's pretty simple. You'd buy a bunch of swords at like 1,000 and you'd put the sell order in for like 1,200 or 1,300 and, you know, you'd make 20 or 30% on those moves. And, you know, there'd be times where, like, let's say in the game, they came out with like an update and then out of nowhere, the price of arrows starts flying up. Poisoned arrows fly up or something, let's say. You know, you hop on the train with the poisoned arrows, kind of like Nvidia, you know, stuff like that. It's pretty cool how it works. There's even like stock charts for the shit on that game. Like that's how crazy it is. But it's more of like a medieval game, you know, nothing crazy, but that's actually kind of what got me into investing. I know that's kind of what put it in my head over all the years, you know. Never heard of it, Demir said. That's like me for Minecraft, Catcher said. Yeah, Jane, it's really cool. It's actually like a medieval game, kind of like Skyrim, except it's more of like just a chill, you can chill out and just like click type of game. It's pretty fun. Honestly. Really good. It has like kind of bad graphics, but that's the funness of it. That's the funness of the game. It has those old graphics. You can actually like mod it though and make it where the graphics are better if you want. But I actually do that. But it's weird, you know, for it being such an old game. Like, let's see. There's like a ton of people playing this. Like right now, I'm betting you there's a ton. There's 116,000 people playing old school RuneScape right now. Like that's pretty nuts. For a game that was made in 2007. That's got to be like the most legendary game out there. To last that long and have that many people playing it. That's pretty nuts. It actually came out in 1998, the game. But they've updated it. The 07 version is the popular one. Exactly, Demir. It can't. But back to the market here today. Palantir selling off like crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, Mason. It's a powerhouse of a game. Very popular game. In the early 2000s up to like 2012, that game was like... That game even holds world records for shit. Like most accounts created and... Yeah, sit back and chill. Yeah, exactly, Xbox. No updates since, Catrev said. Yeah, you know, there has been updates. There is updates, but see what they did is they kept updating the game, and then they made new graphics for it in like 2014, and then they changed everything. People got pissed and everybody quit. So what they did is they remade the 2007 version of the game because everybody liked that one way better than the new one where they ruined the game. So like whenever they remade that, it was like 2014, 2015 or something. Everyone who quit kind of came back. And that's kind of how the storyline went. There's some pretty crazy like 3-hour-long YouTube videos explaining all the shit that like the timeline of this game, because you know it's from like 99, like I said, so it's had a lot of shit over the years, we'll just say that. Yeah, Boeing though, nothing again. Palantir. All right, SM Bot, get us going today, SM Bot. I want to see some good moves here. UPS calls are on the bot. I do actually like the setup with UPS quite a bit today. And I like this double top. If it breaks this double top today, I'm going to look at calls. I'm going to even set an alert up. 144.08. Maybe make like 144.10 break. But it's looking pretty solid today. That double top's nice. I like the consolidation. It's been dipping. So like, you know, you're buying in on the dip. Little recovery play. You don't have to target a ton to the upside. You know, even something like 144.60, 144.80 would be a decent spot to target for a short-term scalp. The numbers, Mason. You should play Elden Ring. Ah, yeah, you know, that game's just... That's not... Elden Ring. I've watched a lot of people play it. It just... That one's just not for me, like with those big-ass monsters and stuff like that, and it just... Maybe a little hard for me, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, though, it looks decent. It reminds me of Dark Souls, honestly. Tesla looks like it's reversing. TSLA. Tesla 140 support. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, Dark Souls really pisses me off, Demir. Like, those types of games, man, I can't do it. Can't do it, man. Let's see Microsoft. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Looking good. Should we play puts on it, though? It'd be better to make 397 break, but honestly, not looking bad. Not looking too bad. I'm still really worried on the day because... Yeah, I'm pretty worried here on the day. Because I am still thinking that there could be some more consolidation coming in rather than just like a massive sell-off. But it is good to see Microsoft move back like this. Apple's actually holding its ground better. Nvidia had that good move earlier. Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking like today's just like consolidation and chop. It sucks. I hate to say it, but that's just how it's playing out here. Devil May Cry. Let's see. I think I played this game at like... No. Yeah, I don't think I ever have. Unless I played it when I was like really young or something. Is a chop stock good for scalping, Tom? You know, Demir, it actually can be, but the problem is that it's pretty difficult to identify said chop. You know, like let's try to find like a chop zone on SPY the past couple days. Like, let's say, you know, we're getting to the end of the day on SPY and it's starting to chop like this. You know, so if you're in a chop zone, like people always scalp these chop zones like crazy. And like what they do is they identify the support. So like, you know, as you see it drop, you'll see that it start to reverse right here with a green candle. Okay, now I'm going to get pretty deep into like candlestick patterns here, guys. Now I'm not going to talk about like bullish engulfings or anything. Nothing like that. Just more of like the intricacy of like how some of these scalp setups are set up. Okay, so... And these are some of the ones that are more like quick, like really quick. Like you need to be taking like small percentage gains here. You can't go for like 30, 40, 50% on these. It's just not going to work because they're small scalps. So you can identify like a big reversal on like a big green candle like that. And essentially what you'll do is you'll look at the option, you'll find the low, which will be right around like obviously the support level that you identified on SPY here. So like the next time it goes down and touches, like on this wick, you need to buy in on said touch, right? And then the next time, buy in on the touch, buy in on the touch, and then you'll sell it like the top of that range, which would be like the top of that bigger stick. So like you would, you know, have the order ready to go. The second you see the stock get there, you could already have it in place or you could just manually enter it there. Bam, you're in. And then you immediately put a sell order in for like the top level. So like you're entering like right at the bottom of these wicks and you're exiting really quick at the top. Now this is harder than it looks though. You know, it's obviously looks easy when it's all set up and it's all done for you. You know, there's gonna be times in any strategy that you lose. Like there's gonna be plenty of times where people buy in on this and then the market just goes, ah, see you later. You know, so don't be discouraged by like 1 or 2 L's on that. But you know, that a lot of people do try to identify these ranges and then they'll play the range rather than trying to play a big breakout of the range. You know, they'll just play in the range because, you know, if you're trying to play the breakout, like right here at the end of the day, maybe it faked out on you and you entered long and then right back down. So, you know, there's a few ways to play these. You know, you can wait for the range to break, play the break out, up or down below the range, or you can try to play within the range. And the within the range ones, like I said, need to be really quick type of trades. Like we're talking lasting like 5, 10, 15 minutes maximum, you know. But a lot of people do like to trade like that. Today, I don't really see an opportunity for that, for a range like that. Not looking too good though on the SPY. Looks like it's starting to reject back down slightly though. QQQ starting to fill the gap a little as well. No problem, Demir. No problem. It just depends, I guess, like on your trading niche. You know, like, are you more of like a momentum trader who, you know, wants to follow like big momentum moves and enter like on the, try to catch those bigger runs? And it might be a little less consistent, but like maybe you'll catch bigger moves. Or are you a trader that, you know, prefers to trade like something like in the range? Like I said, you know, there's some traders will trade certain ones better than others. So just depends kind of what you're after more. I'm more into like catching the bigger move on like the big breakouts, but I'm not opposed to the chop, to playing the chop either. It has to be done the right way. You gotta get out quick on those. It's really good for futures, is trading these like little chop zones. Futures are great for it because you have unlimited buy and sell orders. So you can just be like buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, like constantly in those little ranges. And it's like, that makes it a little bit more fun there. And you don't have to worry about the options, but it's pretty cool too. It like instantly buys and sells. It's like pretty sick. Obviously you can do that with options, but then you got to make sure there's no gaps. You got to do it at the market price, and or you know, you got to do a limit and then change it and etc. And it's not as quick. Most of Jane's losses are because she gets chopped up. Yeah, I mean, the chop is pretty killer out there. Hey, no problem, Demir. Yeah, just keep adapting out there. You're doing good. You're doing good. Kevin said, second, to briefly talk about how to identify fair value gap. I'm still confused after looking at Investopedia. Let's see, fair value gap. Let's see what they say on Investopedia. I've never looked into this before, ever, so I don't think it's too important for traders to really worry about here. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much just saying that, like, fair value. Yeah, I'm not too sure there. Fair value gap. Let's see. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I don't. That must be some... I see something with a company called Trend Spider that has something called fair value gap. There is a couple other things, too. Widely utilized tool among price action traders to detect market inefficiencies or imbalance. You know, maybe I have heard of this one. It's one that I've never used, though. I'll say that. Fair value gap. I'll have to look into that a little bit, though. I don't want to give you any, like, wrong information or anything on that, but nothing that I use to trade with at all. Might not be bad, though. Jason said, what support am I waiting for Tesla and SPY to break? Tesla, really like this 140 area would be pretty good. If it starts to fall under 140, I think we could see some more significant selling. Let's look at Tesla on the book map, because I would bet 140 had some buyers come back in, even though it broke earlier. Yeah. Even though it broke in pre-market, they're still coming in there. A lot at 138, too. But 140, I think if 140 breaks, you could scalp it down to like the low of day again, around like 138.80, somewhere like that. Maybe close to it, like 139. But you could get into like a good like 1 point move there really fast, 1-2 point move. It looks pretty good down even now, honestly. It's selling off pretty good. Xbox is at 135. January 2025 call options for Tesla look cheap. Probably because it's getting reamed right now, Jane. Let's see. Which calls? Which strike was that? Let's see. She said the... Oh, no strike. Just the... In general, they are. Let's see. I was looking at Snapchat. I was like, no wonder these are so cheap. Yeah, January. I mean, they're not bad. They're not too bad. It's like, do you think the Tesla can go up by then, though? I guess that's the big question. That's the big one there. I would probably bet that those get pretty reamed by then, but you never know. According to the probability ITM and OTM, there's only like a 58% chance, or there's only a 41% chance of this one expiring in the money. So, and like the 145 strike. Interesting. She says, I think Tesla will have at least one run this year. Yeah, I could see it. I could maybe see it. I'm wondering how low it's going to get before it does start running, though. Like, is it going to truly sell off to like 100 again before bouncing back good? Or, but yeah, I could see it maybe by the end of this year. Maybe around like September, November, they start popping off again. That would be nice. It has been going down for like 5 months in a row, so. Without any real uptrend. What is support for SE put? Let's see. Yeah, coming down pretty good so far. I have one little support here at 58 and another more major support at 57. Those are two pretty big spots. Multiple bounces there the past few days. I'd say 57 is a little bit more major right now, but both are fairly large. Guy with the orange hunting jacket says, what I say or do isn't me trying to tell you what you should do. I'm just telling you on what I do. I feel that. Who's the guy with the orange hunting jacket? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get that one, man. My mother box says Tesla to 110 after earnings. What's a mother box, Walter? I'm curious. Oh yeah, Jane, something around 100 would be beautiful. Beautiful. Start to load up a little bit more down there. Yeah, Jane, that would be pretty nuts, especially considering they just missed deliveries and stuff too. Like, if they have good earnings, I don't know, that'd be pretty wild. No, Mason goes, you're not a DC fan? No, I am not. I am not a DC fan, you're right. I don't really like any of those superhero things, like Marvel Universe and all that crap, and the DC. I'm just not into it. It's just not me. The Avengers and all that, yeah, that's not Tom's thing. This might sound weird, but I'd rather sit down and watch Harry Potter, you know? Oh, boy. Harry Potter. Or Star Wars. Jason goes, good lord. Oh, it's a cosmic supercomputer. Oh, wow, Walter. That's pretty... Oh, I see. Wow. The mother box, okay. That's kind of interesting. It reminds me of the, has anybody out there ever seen 2001 Space Odyssey? I know someone's had to have seen it, right? 2001 Space Odyssey. They got that computer on there named Hal. Hey, Hal, will you regulate the temperature in here? That is actually in my, like, top 5 movies. 2001 Space Odyssey. Top 5. The fact that that movie was made in 1964, I think it was, is just insane. No, 1968. But the fact that that was made then blows my socks off, guys. It blows them off. It's a crazy one. Hey, QQQ, though, looking good. Starting to turn over pretty well. Netflix bouncing back, sadly. I was kind of hoping they'd continue. Apple's not looking too good either. Breaking down under the low of day. Man. Microsoft, too. The sell-offs are starting to get pretty good here today again. Are we going to see some more red today? Maybe we won't consolidate. You know, maybe we'll just break under supports and we'll see big moves back down. Sorry, Dave, but I can't do that. Open the pod doors, Hal. That was funny. That guy, those guys go flying off into space. Hal is named because the letters all one off from IBM. Oh. Really? Is that why first last? No way. That's pretty interesting. It's funny how they came up with that back then. Like, they already knew that that was going to be a thing. It's starting to finally come real. Man, Microsoft just broke under the low of pre-market. Seeing it sell down here in a pretty good way under 397. How low is it going to get here? Man, that is brutal. Keep your eyes open for some selling pressure. Yeah, SPY's not too good. QQQ's even worse. Mason goes, L is 2 off from M. LMNOP. What? And Mason's getting me messed up in the head here. Do I like old sci-fi? I mean, not really, Jason. That's like the only one I really like. I haven't really seen too many others, but... Mason, I'm sending we're both going back to kindergarten for a week. We're gonna do a Billy Madison out here. No, I've never seen that one, Demure. Never seen the Starship Troopers before. But you know what? Now that you mention it, it actually was on, like, a couple months ago, and I saw, like, a couple parts of it. I was, my girlfriend or something had it on, or my dad, and I was like, oh, wow, you're watching, I was like, what are you watching, Alien or something? And he's like, no, this is Starship Troopers. And I was like, what the hell, Starship Troopers? That sounds kind of cool. That game, Helldivers, is based on Starship Troopers, I believe. If you guys know Helldivers. Outlaw coming in says, my niece and nephew are 10 and 8 and do not have a phone. Man, Outlaw, are you like behind on the stream? Yeah, I mean, that's probably good, Outlaw. They're pretty young. I could see that is pretty young, for one. I actually got a phone whenever I was 9 or 10 years old, but I didn't get it for a very good reason. I got it because my parents were divorced, and my dad did not want to talk to my mom very much. So he got me a phone so that he wouldn't have to deal with her all the time. And I don't blame him. But, I did have one at a very young age. I had a little Nokia flip phone back. You know, you guys know the Nokia flips. The ones that have, like, bowling and shit on them. That's, like, what I had. Tetris. Demir goes tough childhood. Sorry, Tom. It's all good, Demir. It wasn't too bad. I rate it as pretty good compared to some others, I feel. Exactly why my son has his phone, Steven said. That's funny, Steven. Yes. I bet a lot of kids get phones for that reason. That's funny. Oh, that is true. The Terminator stuff, too. You're right. Kevin says Microsoft flush. Let's see. MSFT definitely flushing. You know what's going to be looking hot right now is the SM bot. Let's see it. Come here, SM bot. Meta puts are flying on the bot. Going crazy. And I'll tell you what, Meta does not look bad to the downside here. If you start to see a big red candle and a good turnover, something, I'm going to draw it out, something like this here. I think that's a great spot to enter. Get into a little dip here under this support. Looks pretty good. Support's becoming resistance now. Twin Dad, the golden age where we had pagers. You know what? I actually wish I had one, Twin. I wish I was in that type of era. I really do. That would be pretty sick. Having a pager. That's pretty cool. My mom had one back in the day, and that thing used to piss me off as a kid. She did some work for like real estate or something, you know, doing like loan work, or was like a real estate agent or something. And that thing would go off all the time. I'd be like, holy shit, make it stop. Demir says, I don't use my phone. I'm usually out here hallucinating and staring at something. What? I feel that. At least you're not getting caught up in like the Reels algo or whatever. Hey, now Zom calls are coming in on the bot. Zom's recovering up well today. Back up in the green now by quite a bit. Man, stark contrast to how the day started. And Meta puts. This is definitely the one I'm eyeing up here in the short term. CM. Catrip says, Meta call for the long term. No way. Not right now. No way, Catrip. You know, I've noticed this, and I'm not gonna pick on you, Catrip. Because I'm seeing this just in general. It's not just you, it's everybody right now. Okay, so I just want to make this clear so that a lot of people out there don't get screwed over and buy in too early. Okay, a lot of these big stocks like Meta, Nvidia, SMCI, etc. are starting to dip down pretty big here short term. A lot of these have quite a lot of room still to the downside. I mean, a lot. in a lot of cases here. Just realize that the dip has kind of just started. You know, it's only been happening for like about a 2-week time frame now. A lot of these dips could be much more significant. And I'm not just picking on you for this, like I said, because honestly, I get the question every day from multiple people. So it's not just you. But guys, be careful trying to get into like long-term call plays on these dips. These dips could be a hell of a lot larger, okay? Just realize how much these stocks have flown up recently. They have exploded, okay? I mean, exploded. Like, I don't know how to even explain it better. Like, they're going to the sun, not even to the moon. You know, it's like, what the hell? Where are they going? But they're getting so high, okay? Stocks go through these types of moves, you know, like when they're going crazy. We've seen it happen time and time again. Whether you're looking at the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s or the COVID bubble, this one people are calling the AI bubble. And I believe it. It looks pretty good. The AI bubble. Like, look at Zoom. Okay, Zoom did great. It ran up a ton. It was up like 600-700% or more. And then it got too high. And then look at what happened. It had that steep drop off at first. And I'm sure that I would bet big money that a lot of people on these dips were buying in on these dips. Even this one, I bet people were buying tons of calls on this dip, thinking that it would come back and keep doing what it was doing. And then they got demolished on the way down. Just be very careful right now. We're kind of in the beginning stages of like a pullback starting to happen. It's probably going to be more significant than just like 2 weeks of like a little pullback. You know, just keep that in mind. There's going to be some uptrend mixed in. Don't get me wrong. But for like the long term, like no way, not right now. Not on these overextended stocks. Maybe if you're looking at something like UPS, you know, something that is a little safer, maybe like in its own realm. Maybe something like that. But yeah, just overall be very careful, guys, short term of entering into these calls thinking that these stocks are going to keep doing what they were doing, because I'll be real with you, they're probably not. You know, they got very high very quickly. They could, but is it worth the risk? I don't think so. Yeah, Meta's very high. They are a very high stock. And like Mike and Hunter, they even love Meta, but they probably even would say like, hey, short term, it's a little bit too high right now. I know Mike would. I'm not sure on Hunter, but I bet he would say the same thing. Yeah, it's a pretty massive sell-off with SPY. Should we call Hunter Jaeger? I've always liked German names. Oh. When I took German class in high school, my name in German was Bernhard. Like Bernhard Langer, like the golfer. Bernhard. And yes, I'm saying that right. It's not Bernhard. It's Bernhard. Like Bernhard. They sound cool, Demir said. Some do. I know one that starts with H that's not too cool, but the German names, I don't know, you know. Pretty weird. A lot of the names they got. Let's look at Tilray here. 1.67. Pretty big support down here. Man, Tilray just keeps selling off. Looking brutal on Tilray. Although it's getting to the point where I'm like, hey, you know, it's looking pretty good for shares now too at the same time. Man, Demir, like, I can't even pronounce some of them. Like, let me see. Here it is. Like, stuff like that. You know, like, I'm like, what the? I should know because I took German class, but I don't remember how the words pronounced. Hans, I don't remember what the O with the dots above it sounds like. Ease, maybe? Either way. I would really like to learn Spanish. I wanna know what the people at the restaurants are saying about me when I go get food. Man, Palantir, just consolidation. Not a lot of fun moves today unless you're playing like Microsoft down, which is now bouncing back. Very choppy day. Might not be a bad day to sit on the sidelines, just wait for a nice bot play, really. Honestly, I think just sitting on the sidelines waiting for the bots is the smart way to go here. They probably do say that, Xbox. I wouldn't be surprised at that. Gotta quit ordering those margaritas. Wow, CM learned Spanish in kitchens. Wow. That's pretty good. Don't forget about those earnings this week, guys. Tesla tomorrow night with Enphase and Visa. Wednesday, we got Boeing and AT&T pre-market. Meta and IBM. Ford and after hours there. Even VKTX, Viking Therapeutics. That's a funny one. I think we had a big money play on them recently. Come on, bot. Surge bot, wake up today for us. Maybe if we see bigger moves out of the SPY down below support, we'll see a play pop off or something. Demir's getting good scalps on the paper trades with Nvidia today. Nice, Demir. Yeah, keep putting in that work. Keep putting in that work. It's been trading like, it's been pretty range bound today. Man, these setups kind of suck here, don't they? Ha! Two James is Mexican and they barely know Spanish. That is pretty funny. XLP is on a rocket. What? Select Sector Fund. It is. Doing pretty good, actually. Not my favorite intraday, but it's not too bad, actually. Consumer staples. That means like Walmart and shit are running. right? KHC. Let's see the book map. Or I mean the heat map, sorry. Consumer staples, where is it? I could have sworn it had its own, oh. Man, Procter & Gamble. Yeah, you know, a lot of those types of stocks are pretty good today. Very mixed heat map this morning. Very mixed. Whoa. We got Trump fan club in the chat. I don't mind, but I know some people are going to get mad. I'm still bear and shorting till 26th of April. Is a big results coming. Boeing, Meta, Tesla, GM, Chevron. Yeah, there is a lot. There is a lot. I'm with you, though. I'm more bearish short term than bullish, too. It's about time these stocks start turning over. Look at NVIDIA selling under support here on the 1 minute. Wow. Not bad. Off topic. Ballistol or WD-40? Ballistol. Is it for guns or just for like anything? I've never even heard of Ballistol. Yeah, not one time. Honestly, not bad though. My dad's business sells a whole bunch of stuff that they use. We use this company called Zenex, Z-E-N-E-X. It's more like industrial type stuff, but I always use Zenex on stuff. I don't use anything else really. For brake cleaner, I use that green Master, I think it is. No. Oh, PB Blaster. That's it. I think it's PB Blaster. I don't know, it's green. Whatever it is. That's the thing. Yeah, Demure, Zenex actually has an orange smell to it. They put like orange scent in theirs, which is pretty cool. But I get all that stuff for free, so I don't care if it smells like puke or not, if it's free. Netflix resistance, Nolan said. NFLX. Yeah, what are they doing? Recovering here now that the QQQ starts falling. Like, what the hell are they thinking? But I'm watching resistance intraday close at 553. I mean, this is a big spot. Even coming off of Friday, 553. Definitely the bigger area here in the short term. 553. Interesting. VZ, why is it falling? They had earnings today, so I'm guessing it's an earnings reaction. That's what I'm guessing. Obviously, that's why, but they moved up at first, so I'm guessing it's going to be another case of good earnings, bad move. I hate to say it, but that's been the case pretty often lately. Based off of this, it looks like the revenue missed a little bit, but I didn't read their whole report, though, or anything. Man, let's go. Almost a 30 likes today. I appreciate that, guys. Let's go. Hope everybody has a great day out there. We'll probably end the stream here in just a few minutes. If you guys have any last-minute questions, throw them out there. I appreciate the super chats, though. Demure, Jane, Gregory, as always. Sorry, I just got asked a question in the background. All good, though. Thank you, guys. You guys are badass. Catrev said, how accurate are the bots? I actually don't know, Catrev. I'll tell you what. Mike would have more stats on that than I would. You should email Mike at stockedup.university and ask him. There's Mike's email if you want to shoot him one. He might have some good stats for you there. Yeah, the weekly recaps are going to be big too, Catrev. He definitely talks about it in there as well. Those weekly recaps are actually on this live channel. If you go look at the videos that we post, they are on there. So no problem though, Catrev. And of course, Nolan, of course, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody, even the lurkers out there, of course. I know we say that all the time, but really, the community wouldn't be anything without you guys. So let's go. Let's keep making this one of the best places on the internet, especially one of the best trading groups out there. Did you ever look into Rob Deerdeck and how he owns MTV? No, I did not. Did not see that, Xbox. GDX at support, Walter said. GDX. Wow, yeah, I know that Barrick Gold was down today, and GDX pulled back pretty hard, too. Be careful with gold and gold-related stocks in the short term. GLD's dipping down pretty good. It's probably about time that these gold and gold stocks pull back, you know? So just keep that in mind. I could see that falling down even more. Yeah, I'll have to look into that Xbox. I don't really know too much about that. I didn't look into it or anything. Well, let's go, guys. Have a fantastic one. We almost got to 35 likes now. Appreciate that. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday. We're starting a good week here. We got a lot of good earnings. We do have the economic calendar as well. More Thursday and Friday with the GDP growth rate and the PCE price index. Those will be pretty big. But other than that, there's not too much else on the radar that I'm watching. So let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. And of course, as always, have a fantastic rest of your day. Let's go. I'm going to get out there. I'm having some biscuits and gravy. I am starving. See you guys. Have a good one.